Pardon me.
What up,
I,
though?
ain't nothing, man. I was crying a little bit. I'm watching Raw. You know, they did a little tribute to Mean Gene Okerlund. You
Did a
know,
tribute to who?
Mean Gene Okerlund. Yeah, if you ain't watch wrestling, you don't know Mean Gene,
Oh,
man.
oh, 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 oh. It's Monday Night Raw, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Mean
yeah,
Gene, I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
Mean
And
Gene been a part of my life my whole life. So that would hurt. That was a
he
loss.
raised us. You already know how that go.
You know what I mean? So so R. Kelly, right?
Yeah,
So
I need no holds barred, Frank, for this one. Okay,
yo,
just
look, man.
tell me what you think of R. Kelly.
Yo, look, man. I ain't never spent a dime on an R. Kelly album. I
You haven't?
think I never, not a once. I don't, I'm not buying R&B like that. And since I've been single most of my damn life, I ain't buying songs to sweet talk to ladies and shit. Maybe I should have. That might have changed some shit. I'm not a like I. It's hard for me to do that separation of art from the person shit with this one because this is repugnant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just some repugnant shit. And I haven't
No, 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 no,
seen.
no, 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 no. Okay, I know that. I know
Yeah,
that. Fuck his music. I know. What do you think
right.
of him as a man? Because that's what everybody
I
gets this fucked up is where we start like go because we love his music so much, we
right. We
not gonna really
deified.
like we yeah. It's like we marginalize the man because of the music, but the man is who we really dealing with,
Right. And
not
the
the
truth
music.
is exactly. And
Like,
that's the
why
and
y'all
and
talk
like
about my beard? I don't need the beard. It does not make me. I'm getting it back. I had to start from scratch. I'm sorry. I know y'all love my
you look,
face and I
man.
know y'all love my beard, but you got to just deal with all of this right now.
Right. And my thing is this, man. There is no separation. This repugnant human being made that music. Okay? And I personally like I have nieces, I have a sister, I've got mad female friends. I am thoroughly offended that we've waited this long to even start talking about this. Like it was all jokes when he was just peeing on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out that's allegedly Sparkle's niece. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's some crazy shit. And
Yo.
I and and I think that's I think it's definitely wrong. And I think that the sad thing is there's really not anything we could do to remove his whole uh catalog from the lexicon, but at the same time it's like you kind of want to. This isn't because to me this isn't like the Bill Cosby situation to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not. And the reason I say that is because what Bill Cosby was allegedly doing was with grown women who made a choice. This dude is taking away the complete choice of these young women. These are children. These like we knew he was fucked up when he married Aaliyah when she was a child. Like, come on. Like
And this
he's been
hold
a
on,
fucked up human.
and that right there is where I lose. I get mad. I get mad personally because everybody wants to talk about him and talk about the parents and talk about the people surrounding him. But
Right.
the real issue to me, or like at first I was on some it's the parent like the parents is the parents is bugging because they allowing their kids to be around this dude. But when you look back on or you look at it and in the cusp of it, it's the fucking kids. These motherfucking girls are running around following this man, idolizing this man, wanting to be around this man, despite their parents.
Right.
Like, what are you
Right.
supposed to do if they're sneaking around doing God knows what, and you not, you know what I'm saying? And you, what are you gonna do? Like, keep total
I
tabs on
mean,
them? Teenagers, they
right.
run
You
around
can
crazy and they make a whole bunch of
you
bad decisions, and then they got you in some like, You know what I'm saying? Then they find themselves in these crazy situations and dealing with a dude like him. It takes everybody out of it, like, because they just start, because they put themselves in that situation. And it's hard for it's hard for me to be like, oh, I gotta look at the kid and say what the fuck is wrong with him, but I have to,
Well,
because if you
but
watch
hold
this shit,
on.
they the ones that hide it for him. He takes advantage of these
Look,
kids.
right, but the problem is these kids. Well, but again, they're children. They're not cognizant of the shit that they're doing. They don't have. There's that's why there is an age of consent. You know what I'm saying? That's why you are not considered to be old enough to consent to these acts. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not smart enough, or you're not intelligent enough, or you're not cognizant enough to be able to make these choices. Now,
They're
flip side
fucking
of that
dumb.
is right. But if we're gonna be really honest, you've been 15. I know I was fucking at 15. And I'm sure the girl shouldn't have been doing that shit. We shouldn't have been doing that shit, but we did it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not like we fucking coerced girls and lured them in. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have to force anybody. No meant no, because we were raised properly. You know, you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. This generation and these kids nowadays, they're not raised the same way, because you can't parent them the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These kids have rights and choices now. He had no fucking rights. He had no goddamn choice.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Right? Just like you said, we've been 15 before. You can't look at it as a generational thing. It's all
it's
kids.
not that I'm not.
No matter what age, no matter what year they were born. Once you hit that age, once you hit a certain age, you start getting rebellious, and you start doing things in spite of what people tell you.
More often than not, unfortunately, that's true. But you still, but even what happens, I think, happens proper hearing. You kind of to like just to the edge without stepping completely over. You know what I'm saying? And I think we all know some people who went over the edge too soon. And I think we all know those people who just went right to the edge, looked over, and was like, nah, I'm chill. You understand the metaphor of what I'm saying? Like we there are some people who at that age decided to go completely forward and just fuck up. And then we had we had some people who was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dip and dabble, but when it's 10 people, you know, your children, I'm in the house. You know what I'm saying? My mom knows where I am. You understand what I mean? Like there's cognitive, like if you're raised properly, and if you're taught how to make proper decisions, you can still put your toe in the pool without having to jump all the way in. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people did that, but we all know some people who went too far. And as far as R. Kelly goes, again, this is a person who's been in the public eye our entire life. Our graduating song from 72 was I Believe I Can Fly. Like, what the fuck? That shit is, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, he was doing wrong shit that nobody knew about at the time.
We all knew about it. We knew about it. It's not.
Well, we knew about it. But it wasn't his.
We kept giving him passes. I think mainly because we were black and we appreciated what you know what I'm saying, what he did for us, entertaining wise. You know what I'm saying? We loved him, so we let the nigga get away with so much shit, to the point where I feel like we as a people created this monster. The monster was created when he was little or whatever like that. Because when you talk about getting molested or sexual abuse on children, you know what I'm saying, it has a lasting effect. So the point where this kid, where he got fucked up, and then he became like this dude that wanted to like he became the people that fucked him up because
Right.
he was getting they were getting on him as a kid, and then he ended up
Right.
liking kids. It's like, you know,
Right.
once he got hit, then he was stuck at that age. Because
Right.
you look at him right now, he's a 50-year-old man with a backpack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's Arrested Development.
You know what I'm saying? Grown men carry briefcases or
That's Arrested,
satchels or
but
something like that. This dude got a
that's
fucking
Arrested
backpack on. He
Development.
think he's 17.
That's Arrested Development. He suffered a trauma in place. He and
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know what trauma may have happened to Robert Kelly in his life. I don't know. What I do know is he is a predator. He's an alleged predator. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, while we know, but do we like how much do we really know? We only know what we're allowed to know. I know that 11 jurors saw him on a tape and said that was Robert Kelly. What we can't decipher is if that girl was a underage girl and if this is the same girl or not during his court battle. What my
man DC just said, the power of $1 is a champ. The dude, the only reason he got off of that is because the girl wasn't there, and the girl wasn't there to verify that she was the girl.
And her brother and her father,
what they want to say.
And I think her father got on the stand and said, "That's not my daughter." You know what I'm saying? Like he got on the joint and said and told them like, "That's not my daughter. That wasn't her." But his sister is looking at the tape like, "Yo, that's my niece. Like that's my niece. What do you mean?"
And then I was watching the shit. He ended up getting with some grown ass girl, or whatever. But that girl was still around. Like that, he still kept her around.
Yeah. And now I'm listening. I'm thinking about what Dame Dash is talking about. And look, I ain't gonna lie. I don't always agree with Dame Dash, but I don't always agree with Dame Dash.
Really?
However,
Dame Dash.
I don't. But in this instance, I agree with him wholeheartedly. Jay-Z, if Jigga knew that all this was going on, then that Best of Both Worlds album should have never come out.
Nah.
But now I wonder why he got maced in the face. You know what I'm saying? Remember he got maced during the concert? I think it was at Madison Square Garden or some shit like that. And you know, so perhaps he deserved that. So you know what I mean? Maybe it's time for the chickens to come home to roost on Robert Kelly. As far as I know, he's an alleged pedophile. And fuck
alleged pedophile.
A legendary like pedophile. Look, I never really got comparing girls to cars. I never really got that. Like, I didn't understand why she reminded him of a Jeep. That's stupid, but okay. I was with you when you believed you could fly. I believed in I wish, but all the rest, like, you should have, when you was trapped in your closet, you should have stayed the fuck there. When you was trapped in the closet, you should have stayed your ass in the fucking closet. You know what I'm saying? You should have stayed trapped in that shit.
I mean, if you listen to the music, he was basically telling you what's going on.
He was.
There was nothing.
He was, and
that's the crazy thing is that he wasn't. Crazy thing is that he wasn't hiding all of it. Any of it. He was just like, he was using his music as therapy, but because we were the ones that were just allowing him to be that guy, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Everybody's to blame. Like I can say I was the one to blame because I was actually like, I wasn't condoning it, but I was like, yo, I understand where he's coming from because people, you know what I'm saying? There are people out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Old men usually deal with 18-year-old girls. Well, they actually call them women, but I don't really consider them women. But you know what I'm saying? Hugh Hefner can be looked upon as somebody that is a fucking a pedophile or a monster or something like that. Like, what's the difference between what he's doing and what Hugh Hefner was doing? Because he had a whole bunch of 18-year-old girls running around his house 24/7, 365 for 50 years.
But no, but I get that.
But everybody kept letting that shit slide, from Jay-Z to anybody that worked with him. You know what I'm saying? He did a whole bunch of features with people.
If you're considered to be
people, Whitney Houston, all of them. Like, everybody knows what the fuck this dude was doing, and everybody let that shit slide.
Right. But if you look at Hugh Hefner and you say well, like you said, they were 18. They're not children. Yeah, I don't know who that is. They're not children. So according to the eyes of the law, if you're 18 years of age, you can make decisions for yourself. Okay? We're talking 14, 15, 16-year-old girls. And like I posted earlier, we all knew girls, I knew girls in high school that had older boyfriends who was driving up to the car to come pick their little asses up. You know what I'm saying? And we were down because we weren't balling, we didn't have cars, we didn't have a job. Motherfucker, I'm in school. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, y'all are basically cat away to this grown ass man who is technically a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. And if we're going to call a spade, let's do that. But what we're not going to do is make excuses anymore. We can't. In this day and age, there's no more room for excuses, and we got to start calling people out on their shit. So if you see your boy doing something he shouldn't be doing, you need to slap motherfucker upside the head and let him know he shouldn't be doing that shit. Like, we have to come to that accord. You know what I'm saying? We have to start policing ourselves in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that girl too young for you. Or shit, that lady too old for you. Or that guy is too young for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, or because it's not just because shit, there's older women preying on younger men too.
That's why this is why I said what I said in the beginning, is why you have to look at the girls. You have to look at the girls. The girls are off the fucking chain. And just how we was growing up, you know what I'm saying? We used to get into arguments with females that we was in school with, talking about they like older men. You know what I'm saying? Because
they had their shit together.
Like you saying, it was dudes driving them home. It's these fucking girls doing stupid shit. But you know what I'm saying? We have to, you know what I'm saying? And and I was watching, like, I had to watch it because I just needed to, like, get more information what was going on. But as I'm watching it, all I saw is that these girls was trying to do whatever they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And I've been all about, you know what I'm saying, not lock your kids up, but know exactly what they're doing. And don't let them do God knows what with God knows who. You know what I'm saying? You're there to go to school. We're not here to make friends. We're not here to have boyfriends. Don't worry about sex. Don't do none of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not responsible for yourself. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. I'm the one that's responsible. I'm the one that has to answer, that's face the music. And even when the girl was with her mom was like, yo, she's 21. What am I supposed to do? Lock her fucking ass up if that's what you care about, and that's who the fuck you, if that's who you, if you don't want nothing bad to happen to your child, you lock your kid up if that's need be. You don't.
But you can't do that.
Nah, I'm not with you running around.
You can't do that
with no 40-year-old man, and you 21 years old, and you thinking that your life is about to change. Nah, hell no. Fuck all that shit. And then
hold on.
And then on top of that, everybody's worried about, because he has so much money, he could do this, he could do that. When the fuck did we start like saying money is not everything? You're not going to, you know what I'm saying? Your monies or your opportunities, you know what I'm saying? I have a chance to do this, I have a chance to do that. Do it in a better way. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to compromise yourself as an individual because you want to be around, or because a certain person is offering you anything. You know what I'm saying? We have to start knocking down our children, and you want to, like, who are you gonna blame? You can blame the parents, but you have to watch these goddamn kids, man, because they just be wilding the fuck out. And we don't let,
but I'm gonna say this,
and we let them get away with anything, and that's not at 21. This is at like 12, 11. They think they can do whatever they want. You get them a phone, they talking to God knows who. This shit.
Well, look, and I'll be honest with you. A friend of mine recently, like she told me how her daughter started to get out of pocket, and back in the days, I was, I would have tried to, and she's around that age, so. But I know that her moms don't play, and if anybody's gonna set her straight, your mom is kid places, and it's a different. It's parenting different now. Social media is changing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's made it so that there are no more child experts now. Now every parent is a fucking expert. And every parent's on Facebook pulling out advice, God knows who. And so it's very different. And you can't just lock your kids up, but you can make sure your kids are informed. You can make sure your children have the right tools to go out into the world, not get taken advantage of, and not slip up. You know what I'm saying? And not fall prey to a predator. Now, Keith Frazier said,
you can threaten their lives just the way he threatens their lives.
I mean, you could, but that's counterproductive.
He has them locked up mentally. It's because they believe he's going to hurt you if I do something wrong.
But that's fear.
These parents today, these kids do not fear their parents, so they do whatever they want to do. I don't have to lock my kid. I don't have to lock my kid up. I will fuck my kid up. In 2 seconds, you go fucking around with somebody like R. Kelly.
But that's called reinstilling fear of parent. Yo, look, I have always said this, yo. A healthy dose of fear, yo mama, will make you a good individual. Yes. I'm still scared of my mother, and she is dearly departed. I'm still scared.
To this day.
There's still certain things. To this day. There's still things. To this day, there are things that I will not do because I feel like my mom's will throw her purse at me from the heavens. Like,
I still think my mother is a crazy lady, only because that's the way she fucking raised me. She raised me to believe that she was a psycho. Don't get on her bad side. And I know now that she's the sweetest person in the world. But psychologically,
right? No. She's not the sweetest person in the world. She's not the sweetest person in the world. She trying to get into heaven now. She's the sweetest person in the world. She trying to get into heaven. Right? That's what that is. Like that. Let's keep it 100. Like, that's what that is.
Passive aggressive. She's passive aggressive, but because that's how I grew up at 2 years old, I thought that lady was nuts.
Right. And Keith Frazier don't fear
their parents. The kids do not fear their parents.
But he's right. He said it's all about the content.
Her daughter to leave. Get your shit. Don't get a bag. Don't get shoes.
Right. Get your ass in the car.
Get the fuck out this hotel room.
Right.
And come home. Or I will fuck you up on the way to the car.
Hey. Listen. That was the speech you got from every parent. Get your ass whooped the whole way home, the whole right. And that was a real thing. You get your ass whooped. But it's like, but Keith Frazier's like, right. You have to monitor what your kids is watching. You have to be a parent. And you can't let the teacher be the parent. You can't let their friend's mom be the parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be a parent and you have to monitor what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. Yo, look, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think my mom's hated me, but you know what? When you get your ass whooped a lot, like, you know, I agree. So, you know what I'm saying? But listen, the truth is, whether these young girls, these young impressionable girls, I'm not gonna blame them fully because they are young impressionable girls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? that's not their. It's not their fault. They're stupid. They're still.
No, it's not their fault. It's not their fault.
But I will the man who's on them. The truth, I feel like be in prison, whatever, not be walking the free human being. You know what I'm saying? He should not be. Not if you are a serial sexual predator. You should, you know what I'm saying? You should be locked the fuck up. And for nothing, but this whole generation is screwed because all their entire concept of thought process comes from how people react on Love and Hip Hop. That's how everybody reacts to shit. How they react on Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? So if the fucking characters on Love and Hip Hop get angry about a certain thing in a certain way, that's how these fucking kids act and react to situations. They have no empathy. They don't know how to feel any fucking thing because these fucking kids are so desensitized to shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fucking problem. And it's leaching into the adults now too. It is because we don't care as much. You know what I'm saying? Because now we all have a life to live and we all got our own struggles and our own shit to worry about. So we're not as concerned about community anymore. And that's something that needs to change. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid.
That definitely does need to change. And when it comes to community, when you talk about the Black community and you talk about things that trigger us and things that, you know what I'm saying, have an impression on us as a people, we need to start you know what I'm saying, policing ourselves. So now when you find out this dude is fucking Aaliyah, you know what I'm saying, and she's God knows how old, and then he's peeing on 14-year-old girls and he's walking the streets and people are still cheering and clapping for him, and where is our fucking, you know what I'm saying, the gangbangers or the real niggas to check this dude? Because he's only getting away with it because in the court of law, you know what I'm saying, I'm not right. You know what I'm saying, I'm innocent. In the court of public opinion, you are not innocent. You shouldn't be innocent, and you should be held liable for the things that you're doing. It shouldn't be done by the time you get in jail, because the niggas in jail will check your ass as soon as you get in there.
Of course.
When he's walking the streets and real niggas see him, he should have been checked then.
He should have been.
All of these checked by everyone. Anybody that we have a problem with, whether it's police, George Zimmerman, R. Kelly, all these dudes, these all should have been dealt with. It shouldn't have to. Very much. It would be foul for, you know what I'm saying, us to expect that we have to wait for like all right, the parents of these children should have killed his ass immediately. Like, you doing what with my kid? I'm gonna murder your ass when I see they on the phone with this dude. I'm going to kill you if you keep acting the way you acting. I don't care what you talking about. I don't care if you want to play innocent. You're not playing innocent with me. I will torture your ass. That's how you're supposed to protect your family. Now, we need our people to protect, you know what I'm saying? We need our people to protect us, because we shouldn't have to put these parents in a position where they feel like they have to do that or they want to do that. But it needs to be done, because he shouldn't be walking the fucking street smiling and laughing and clapping hands with people and all that shit like that. That shit should have been dealt with a long time ago. Like Dame Dash was saying, he wasn't gonna fuck with the dude. He wasn't gonna do no music with him. He fucked your girl. You know what I'm saying? That was, he was about to marry Aaliyah. That's your girl. He fucked her at the age of 14. I'm not gonna not do music with you. I'm gonna handle you.
Right. I'm going to find a way to blackball you from the industry because you've done dirt shit. And again, Keith Frazier's like, yo, like you say, there's a dude in the hood who was always with young girls, but we was taught to mind our business. You know what I'm saying? And he's right. Having a daughter changes your perspective, because I know for a fact that who I was back then, I wouldn't want no girl being around me. I was a terrible human being. So I'm glad I got the forthright of mind.
No, it was that's a whole other, because that's a conflicting age. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was at a time where, you know what I'm saying, like from 18 to like 23, it was a conflicting time because I saw somebody's like, "Yo, R. Kelly should have been on Jamaica Avenue at 3 p.m. He'd had a field
You know
day."
what I mean?
And we used to
But
do the same thing. And we used to do this like, "Yo, I'm like, yo, I'm like 21 now, but damn, look at these girls." As the that,
right.
I don't think that applies to that. I wouldn't get mad. Like Takashi was one of the dudes. He fucked like or he did something with an underage girl when he was 18, and I wouldn't be mad at him for that. On the court
No,
of law,
I'm
on the
not
court of
really
law, he's fucked
either. I
up.
mean, you're 18, like you're a teenager. You're still a child yourself. Just because the law says you can vote and all that, you're still a kid. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you're still a child. So, you know, the problem is,
we as
look,
guys, we all reckless as young adolescent men growing up. We're all
yes,
reckless, and you
yes,
can't.
we are.
You know what I'm saying? We are, yeah. But when you start talking about, because when we talk about pedophiles, we're talking about 30-year-old, 40-year-old, these grown ass men. They
Right.
can't be doing. They should know better at this time. Like I said, like 25, they're still they might just be getting the point or getting to the point where they know what they should and shouldn't do, what's the consequences, and all that stuff like that.
They
When you're talking about
should.
grown ass men, they need to be dealt with, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, and it should be our people checking these people
Right.
instead of waiting
So
on the
how
law. Instead of waiting on the law to do it, because at that point,
how
at
did
that point, after the law got involved, he was just like, "Fuck it, I can do whatever I want,"
right? But
and they'll
then
all
how
do
do
it.
we? But how do we do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do
We
we?
got
What
gangs.
what
We
what
got
can we
gangs. We
do
got people that
feasibly?
fucking.
What can we feasibly do that's not against the law, quote unquote, that that would prevent this type of thing from happening? Because I mean, short of going Dateline on motherfuckers like To Catch a Predator type shit, like what can you really do? Like, because you beat somebody up, guess what? You open yourself up to a liability. He can sue you. He may be a pedophile, but he'll sue you because you're in the wrong because you beat him up.
If he don't know you, he can't sue you. If you got
That's
people,
true.
if you know what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. It's not like, yo, all right, this is I'm gonna go get somebody that I know to go fuck you up. It should be people that we have gangs, we have crews, we have all these people that if you don't know who did it, you can't, you know what I'm saying, lock nobody up. You
It's
know what I'm
true.
saying? And if we don't, and you know what I'm saying, and then stop talking to the police, you know what I'm saying? We can, you know what I'm saying, street justice can be handed out swiftly and effectively. And if you know that street justice is going to happen to you, you're not going to do
You
certain things. If you
you're
think
right.
that people are
But
going, if you think that you can get away with shit, you know what I'm saying, and nobody's going to do nothing to you, then you're going to continue to do shit. Like we got to keep doing this. When we was coming up, you knew what you knew when to not wear your shoes, when to
right.
not whip out the Game Boys or certain shit like
Yep.
that, because you was going to get jacked.
Not only
You know
that,
what I'm
but
saying? And
beyond that,
you just didn't do certain shit because you
right.
knew that niggas was out there watching you. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
when niggas know,
Right.
and if you know for a fact that, you know what I'm saying, the community is going to speak, the community is going to speak. People are talking. You know what I'm saying? There's hearsay. He say, she say. And then next thing you know, it gets to the wrong dudes and you're gonna get
Yeah.
dealt with. You're gonna
Yeah.
move differently. But
Yeah.
because people out here don't fear anybody, they don't fear anybody. There's nobody to fear, so
Right.
you just run around doing whatever you want.
Well, because the
Whatever
rules
you want.
change. Well, because the rules change. Remember, shit, back in the days, dope dealers would not fucking sell to pregnant women or to kids. They stayed
They had
away from
code.
schools. You know what
They
I'm
had
saying?
code.
Now there's no code anymore. There's no code of
No,
the
no,
streets anymore.
none of it.
You know what I'm
No
saying? The
code. No
code of the
code.
streets
You
is
just do whatever
gone.
you want.
You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, so what does that mean? That means that we got to take back the streets in a way and reestablish the code of the streets. That's what we'd have to do. But that's easier said than done, especially in a police state like we in. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with you. That's exactly what's needed. We need to police our own, and we need to fucking do it in a way that everybody can get justice because they know that this crew got my back, or this crew gonna hold down the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna work with this crew from this neighborhood. That again, a sense of community. Gangs were established to help the community, not to impoverish and destroy it. You know what I'm saying? It's the exact antithesis of how it's become. You know what I'm saying? So if we figure out a way to shift that paradigm, we'd have to. But that takes OGs coming out of the woodwork and helping us to do that. That takes us not being afraid of the local hood motherfuckers anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because again, fear is the thing that's trumping it. Fear is the problem. So people are afraid to talk about R. Kelly and afraid to distance themselves and afraid to call him out on his shit because either they're suckling at the teat or because he has power or a perceived notion of power. But you know what? But in front of this fist, ain't nobody got no fucking power. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. Like, and that's what we need to do. We need to start knuckling down on these motherfuckers. So if you're a predator, you should get dealt with easily. You know what I'm saying? It should be like Keith said, it should be on site. You know what I'm saying? It should be on site. It should be on site. If you're a fucking pedophile, if you're a predator in the neighborhood,
it's the people that the hood need. Like you know what I'm saying? The hood is not deteriorated, you know what I'm saying, to the point where
you're right, Keith.
Dudes ain't around. It's the dudes that are valuable to your crew are the ones that end up having to do everything. You know what I'm saying? There's no leaders. The leaders then have to be the runners.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's
right.
The whole game is because everybody wants to be the Don. Everybody wants to be the one.
Everybody want to be the boss.
So there's no more leadership. And then you got the real ones that are about something and not actually doing shit. They the ones that got to fend for themselves. And next thing you know, they get jammed up. Yeah. But when are we, you know what I'm saying? True. When are we as a community going to come together and realize, this guy has a plan? Well, actually, that's a whole nother issue. Is that we're idolizing the wrong people?
Right, because honest to God, there's a guy that I think I know I'm friends with him on Facebook. His name is Kevin Livingston. He got this great fucking business, 100 Suits. Gets Rikers and teaches them how to stand up and be men. Like, we need to big him up more. Like, he's getting fucking all sorts of press and help from Colin Kaepernick and all that because he's doing something positive and he needs to be applauded for that. You know what I'm saying? He be lauded. So like pop-up shop, I think earlier today right on the Ave where he was showing young men how to tie ties and giving out suits and all that type of shit. That's the type of shit we need to fucking big up. That's the type of shit that needs its own reality. Not fucking Sons of the Cartel or whatever the fuck other dumb shit is on VH1 now.
Yeah, people trying to tell old stories of
fuck that.
And you're gonna get rich. You're gonna get rich off the next man's story. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then do what? What are you gonna? And then what do you do with it? You ain't doing shit.
A damn thing.
You're doing shit for yourself. You're not doing nothing for nobody. That's my when we was talking about the whole black community, like buying black. It's like why? Because you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to. I'm not gonna buy black because you're not gonna buy black back. You're gonna go do God knows what with it, and that's where everybody. And that's where everybody gets fucked up. But that's what it is. Like there's no more leadership. So you got people like R. Kelly running around doing the shit that he fucking does.
Right. And if we had proper leadership, then he'd have been exposed. Not even exposed, because like you said, this has been knowledge for the longest time. So it's not like he's now being exposed. We already knew you was a fucking creep.
Yeah, I didn't even want to watch
We
this
just
shit.
didn't do anything about it.
Surviving R. Kelly. I know what the fuck R. Kelly
Right.
was doing the whole fucking time. What am I watching this shit for?
Right. I don't need to fucking watch this to know.
Why wasn't he dealt with already?
Right.
He
You know what I'm
should have
saying?
been
And
dealt with.
like I said, I haven't listened to
I'm
an R.
watching-
Kelly song, and I've never purchased an R. Kelly album. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because it's basically like that's it. Like, I don't want to hear your shit because I know on the low you're a real creep. You're a real creep, and you can hear it in your music. You know what I'm saying? And again, we can dismiss the I wishes and I believe I can fly and Fiesta and all that shit, because at the end of the day, none of that matters to the fact that you are preying on children. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. Fuck your music. Fuck R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? He can die slow. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? My man Eminem said, I give a fuck if you ate shit, died, and turned blue. Sticky Finger said that. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, you should be dealt with, and there should be some ramifications.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'll say, fuck him. Fuck him, everything that he stand. Fuck him, everything he's about. Every breath that he breathes. Like, fuck that nigga. He don't fucking matter to. He don't matter to me. I feel bad. I feel bad as you know what I'm saying, as a fan, that I gave him power by giving him attention.
Right.
But fuck that nigga. Fuck right. That nigga. And when it comes to the parents, man, these niggas just need to go hard on their kids, because you can't let these motherfuckers roam free. You just can't.
Right. And Keith brings up another valid point. Like, when I was a kid, I knew every parent on the block knew me. You know what I'm saying? Every parent on the block, every grandparent on the block, auntie, uncle, everybody in the whole neighborhood, Dolly at the store knew. Frankie, that's Susan and Jimmy's boy. Mary Sue's his grandma. They got my home phone number. If they see me acting retarded in the streets, they getting a phone call. I'm gonna get my ass whooped the whole way up the block and shit. And then when my pops get home, I'm gonna get it again. You know what I'm saying? That's community. You know what I'm saying? And it was, as a kid, you thought it was like, what the fuck? It's not fair. As a grown man, God, I miss that shit. I missed that shit because I always felt safe. I never felt like I was ever in fear of being kidnapped because everybody was fucking watching all the time. You know what I'm saying? I was in first grade walking to school by myself. Kids can't do that now. You can't do that with kids now. You know what I'm saying? These kids is weak. They're weak-minded.
Nobody gives a fuck about nobody but themselves.
Right. And the minute you try and be like, hey, yo, your kids shouldn't be doing that now they moms want to get in your face. Like, yeah, don't touch my kid. Like, nah, bitch, put your kid in check. Like, for real. Put your kid in check. Like, they act. So if you're not going to teach him how to act, I'm some act right. And if you don't like that, oh well, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Deal with it. Because I have to. You know what I mean?
This is what I gotta do. This is what I gotta do to keep your ass alive. And you're gonna thank me for it later.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
Later. No, I'm not trying. Like my man said, I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not your friend.
Right.
I'm not your friend.
I'm your parent.
No.
The only choices you have is in breakfast cereal. Right. The only choice you have is which breakfast cereal you eat. Like, that's it. That's the only choice you have. What breakfast cereal you eat. What fucking soap you like. Like, those are your choices. Do you want dinosaurs or do you want superheroes? Like, those are your choices. You know what I'm saying? You read Cat in the Hat or Bear in the Hat. Those are your fucking choices as a child. That's it.
Yeah.
You have no other choices. You know what I'm saying?
All the real shit, you gonna do what the fuck I tell you to do.
Right. You do what I tell you until you pay your own bills. Once you pay your own bills, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Don't call ACS. Don't call ACS. I'll fuck you up in front of ACS. Then fuck
That's
ACS
right.
up.
What? I'll whoop
And
your ass. I'm gonna whoop their ass. And then when the police, and as the police are coming for me, I'm gonna be whooping your ass then. And then when I get out, I'm gonna whoop your ass some more.
You can go to jail today. You can go to jail today, but you gonna stay your ass in the house.
That's right.
What the fuck I
and
said,
I'm gonna know if you set foot out that motherfucker. And I'll know if you set foot outside too. Word up, I'll know because Miss Jenkins down the block gonna tell me. You know what I'm saying? like they gonna tell. What do you say? Not true. We have to take account. Yeah, we do have to take accountability. You know what I'm saying? And we and that's exactly right. We have to take accountability, and it's on us. So
yeah,
if that means that we have to police our own kids and because we can't have this situation where I'll see your kids in the street doing something crazy and I don't tell you or I don't go check them. I know your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all know Uncle Frankie. Y'all know Crazy Frank with the weird eye. You know what I'm saying? He know.
Like my daughter, my daughter's in my hood. In my mind, she's good. Like she don't have nothing to worry about. Everybody knows who Jade is. Like if you know me, you know Jade. If Jade and she should be able to walk for 72 and back. And I expect that everybody got her.
That's right.
But honestly, do I know that everybody got her? But I do know that y'all all know who she is. Please don't let my daughter get in no shit because I wouldn't let y'all kid get in no shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But
my homegirl, actually, she ain't even my friend no more. She's not even my friend no more. But her daughter, I'm following her daughter, and I'm telling you, I let who I gotta know that, you know what I'm saying, she be wilding on Facebook. I'm keeping an eye on her. You know what I'm saying? And I get and get information back. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's just the way we supposed to do it. Like, yo, I know you're a kid. I know you're a kid. Right. I'll take care of your kid as much as I can. You know, you can't see everything, but everybody can see everything. All of y'all know what's up.
And honestly, social media has given us like it's not been the greatest tool we've used because we haven't utilized it to its potential. It is so because I know I may not have a phone number, but you know, I just seen your daughter out here. She about to go crazy, or she about to get into, or da 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 da. I can send you a message real quick, and you can respond and GPS where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And find out what's going on. Nowadays you can probably fucking turn your kid's camera phone on and fucking FaceTime they ass like, well, what are you doing? Get your ass home right. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like we need
like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But this is why I don't believe in superheroes. Like we should be able to have superheroes running around. Somebody should be Batman by now because there's billionaires running around.
Oh, well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't have
heroes because we already have power. We have power, and everybody's using it the wrong fucking way. Yeah, everybody's using it for destruction, not for, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have credit still? When y'all can hack into the fucking Pentagon and hack into the Federal Reserve, why the fuck do we even have credit no more? They should be afraid. They should be afraid.
Well, here's an interesting theory.
By now.
Well, here's an interesting theory, and this is why I do it like this. I say is not Mulan. Honest, Batman is a vigilante. Makes him a criminal. He is a villain. Be a villain. In this world, we need villains because heroes is all about good. Villains understand that sometimes you got to make that choice that fucking leads to calamity and chaos for the greater good. The only thing that makes me a villain is that my ideas are counter to those that are the norm. Because I'm fully of the opinion that a snap to eradicate half the population will be okay. I'm all right with that. You know what I'm saying? I am firmly okay with that. So I think that, because if you look at the word vigilante, the root word of that is vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Which means to watch over and to be wary. You know what I'm saying? To be vigilant means to watch over, to overwatch. So we need vigilantes, but vigilantism is illegal. It's a
It
crime.
shouldn't be, but because it doesn't have to be about. It doesn't have to be about what you did by law, but what were your intentions? Batman's
Right.
intentions are never wrong. He's never killed nobody.
Right.
So
Not Kurt.
you know what I'm saying? Your intentions could be looked at as heroic.
Right.
Even though you're in by law, you might be fucking up. But
You
if I'm
fucking
doing
shit
what I
up.
gotta,
His,
if I'm doing what I gotta do to protect you,
yeah. Well, Malcolm X
then don't
understood.
condemn me.
Malcolm X understood. Malcolm X understood that villainy was better than heroism. That's why he and Martin Luther King were at odds in their ideology. But if we gonna break it down and keep it funky, he understood that being a villain was a necessary evil because you can't be just turn the other cheek. That doesn't work. It doesn't help. Sometimes you gotta slap a motherfucker the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have to slap somebody the fuck back. And to go back to the R. Kelly shit, somebody should have slapped him a long time ago and got him some get right. They didn't. His entourage, they didn't. The fans,
I don't
we
blame.
didn't.
I was gonna ask, like, yo, who do you blame? I'm like, yo, I really
I
can't
don't blame
blame.
anybody
I
but
can't
R.
blame
Kelly.
this dude.
I don't blame anybody but Robert Kelly. That I blame him because he predator. Did the other know what he was doing? Yes. Do I blame them? No. Because while they could have, who knows whether or not they tried to tell him something or tried to get him help or tried to do anything, whether they did or not, I don't know. But I know that they're not the ones that are the predator. Do they share blame? Yeah, I think they do. I think they share some of the blame. You know what I'm saying? But are they fully to blame? Am I going to say that XYZ is the fault that R. Kelly was able to? No. R. Kelly is the reason that R. Kelly did that. He made the choices. He did this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to blame. I'm not going to put his blame on someone else. That's easy. That's the easy route. No, he's to blame, and he's the predator. I stopped eating at Subway simply because they employed a child predator for years. You know what I'm saying? I will no longer eat at Subway, even though he's no longer the pitch man. Jared ain't the pitch man of Subway sandwich no more, but I'm never going to pay for a Subway sandwich again in my fucking life. Why? Because y'all knowingly allowed this motherfucker to be a predator and you did nothing about it. So why should I give a fuck about your $5? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about R. Kelly too. You know what I'm saying? Like once you are a predator, so I got nothing to say to you.
I see what you're saying though, because of the way of the world, basically, you can't blame everybody else because everybody else is just trying to they're living their own lives. Like they're trying to do what's right or whatever the case may be. Like they're not the ones doing it. He's the one that's doing it, so he's the one that needs to be held responsible. And at the same time, anybody else that was down with it or knew about it or whatever, fuck y'all too. But
right,
he's you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta look further than
the one guy. He's the guy.
Yeah.
And because he got the money and he's got the prestige and he's got the name, he's the one who's going to be blamed. And he should be. You know what I'm saying? Is it right? Probably not. It's not right that but it's also not right that he's not in prison.
It is right, but it didn't have to happen. It didn't have to be that way. If
we shouldn't be talking about this in 2019, this should have been taken care of in 1996.
If everybody moved differently, this would have never happened.
Right.
But like I said, if we'd have spoke,
this shouldn't have taken until 2019 to come out. We should have nipped this in the bud back in 1996. You know what I'm saying? Like that should have been taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So right. So like you said,
my boy Keith said, he's the breadwinner. So then if he's the breadwinner, he's the one divvying out to all these people. Then you know what I'm saying? They're the ones that's not speaking. It's it's like, yo, niggas, who's protecting us? Like, who's protecting everybody?
Right.
We're protecting, instead, we're protecting the breadwinner because we
Right.
all fixated on getting money or
Right.
having a career or having a life. Like, we don't have a life without money. So I'm not going
Because
to attack. I'm not going to attack the breadwinner. I'm not going to
right.
bite the
Because
hand that feeds me.
because money is more important to people than morals and values and keeping our community safe. That's why people still have SNAP and food stamps and they still ain't, and they can't keep a man. You know what I'm saying? Because it was designed that way. Like these things are designed to keep us arguing and separate. Nah, there's no argument or there's no debate about it. If you're a predator, you need to be dealt with. Castrate them, dump them in the desert. I don't give a fuck. Word up. That's extreme, but
Necessary.
you know what I mean? Exactly.
Very
Like,
fucking
you know,
necessary.
like
Very
shit.
fucking
The only
necessary.
true sin, the only
We shouldn't
no,
be
that's the only
doing.
thing you should be in prison for. Murder and rape.
I was gonna blame life. I was gonna blame Lifetime until I saw this, and then I said, you know what? Lifetime actually did some. They did some courageous, heroic shit because they can be sued for doing that. He can sue. I think he can sue them for doing this without his consent, having his name in it, and all this shit like that.
Well,
But
I mean,
they did something that was necessary, regardless regardless of whether by law we can do it or legally they can do it or not. They did it anyway because this is some
well,
shit that everybody needed to know.
have they said? I imagine that they've used the word allegedly a lot. Because as long as you
They
utilize
said
that
that
word, as long as
they
you
didn't
use
use that
that
at all.
word,
It
you're
wasn't no
not
allegedly
liable.
shit. It was just some R. Kelly didn't want to speak on this. R. Kelly denied this. R. Kelly he never
I
condoned,
mean,
like, you
they
know what
did
I'm
the
saying?
due
They said
diligence of reaching
how
out.
we legally felt about everything, like the things
If
that
they did the due, if
they
they
covered
did
their
the
own
due
they
diligence
covered his ass in that
of,
one.
if they did the due diligence of reaching out, and he declined to comment,
Mm.
then that's his problem. You know what I'm saying? What is Keith saying that's wrong, but why did this come out now? Of our icons or anyone's legend been destroyed and having a legacy torn down? There's no coincidence. Sparkle drops a single today. Huh. That is interesting because I ain't gonna lie. I ain't heard a Sparkle record since that one
You ain't
record
heard
she
it.
had back then. Like,
You ain't
I
heard
ain't heard a
Sparkle. Who
Sparkle
is
record
Sparkle?
since. So
Sparkle?
that's an interesting query, and I agree with you. But I
Yeah,
like I always say this.
that was the turn off. That was the turn off to the whole thing. Like, yo, I'm not watching this shit because all these motherfuckers is trying to get on, and this is the whole problem with people that's on television. I can't watch television because it's all
Right,
entertainment and it's all people vying for attention. Like after this,
right.
after this is over, like I watched it, and his wife is talking about her money. Her money is low. Like her money is super low. All this shit like that. But she's on social media riding around to his music in a brand new mink coat and doing, you know what I'm saying? Like she's
Right. Like,
like,
come on, man. Like, this is for
you can see where
publicity.
people are benefiting. You can see where people are benefiting from the shit, and
Right,
it takes the purity away from it. Like, yo, this is something that needed to be said. It is something, and
right,
all of y'all did what y'all supposed to do. Y'all told the story, y'all telling the story correctly, blah, 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 blah. But after it's all over, or even while it's being done, y'all are all plotting your next moves and all
your
this shit
next
like that,
move, right? Your next come up.
taking away from the purity of why y'all are doing this in the fucking first place.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And the
I
truth
did have,
is,
I did have, a,
I guarantee you,
I had, I had a different stance on the situation, but then I guess I did some homework. I educated myself on the situation, and I was just like, yo, uh, I thought it was the parent. I thought it was the parents, but I got to go back to saying, yo, fuck these kids are stupid.
right. And like I've said, I've said this for years. R. Kelly, ever since he caught peeing on a girl, I've been on some straight fuck R. Kelly shit. Like you peed on somebody. Like that's just gross. All right. You know what I'm saying? And I you if you think R. Kelly was being taken advantage of, that's one way to look at it, Keith. And I kind of agree with you, and I can understand that because when you're the breadwinner, you have a certain level of
That's
expectations
like
that you
saying
have to.
that's like saying white people were victims of slavery. You are if you're the one doing everything, you're the one that's controlling everything. You can't be the victim.
No, you
You
can't.
can't.
You really can't.
I don't care
And
what
you're
people.
not a
I don't
victim
care
at
what
that
people are
point.
trying to do to you. I don't care what people are trying to do to you after the fact. You was the one
Right.
doing this shit. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, you know what I'm saying? After just you reap what you sow. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You
You do
reap what
certain shit.
you reap what you sow. But you
You
know
do
what we're
certain
not
shit.
doing
Certain shit
anymore?
happens to you.
But you know what we're not doing anymore? Do unto others. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in religion or not, whether I don't care what you believe in, if you look at almost every religious leader in history, that is one thing they've all fucking said.